YouTube? Welcome back to Dwayne's World. I really hope you liked today's video because it definitely turned out different than what I originally thought it would be. And you'll see in the video what I'm talking about. So stay tuned, take a look. Very excited about today's video. I think you guys are gonna like what you see. Got some mowing going on, got some fertilizing, got a lot of passion in this video, have a lot of drama, and some ranting. And you'll know what I mean when you kind of watch through here. But before I actually get into the video, I just want to give a shout out to a couple people. The first one is to Sunny Bermuda. You know, Sunny Bermuda is one of my favorite YouTubers. You know, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do. You know, he definitely showcases a lot of great content. I'm not gonna lie, extremely jealous at his mower lineup. He's got great mowers of a beautiful property, but I always like his content. He's a very detailed guy like I am. So if you haven't seen him, please take a look, watch his channel. So I think he does a fabulous job putting together a lot of great stuff for us, you know, lawn enthusiasts. The thing I just wanted to quickly mention was that on my last video, you guys have probably had seen it. And if you hadn't, you know, subscribe, watch that video, let me know what you think, give me a thumbs up. But in that particular video, I did a review of the cow trimmer grass topper made by rear rollers. It was kind of a two-part video where I featured the grass topper, but it's because I was doing a height cut reset and I wanted to be able to catch my clippings. So I kind of figured, you know, what a great opportunity to be able to kind of combine those two things. So with that, you know, I was very surprised and good surprised that real rollers actually read my, watched my review on that. You could read the comments that they posted on the actual video, which I definitely appreciate the fact that they are listening to their customers. So they are mentioning that they recognize that cow trimmer has kind of a short grass shield up front that, you know, makes it more difficult for the grass to be able to shoot into the actual catcher. So they're working on a very inexpensive, according to them, inexpensive solution to that problem. And, you know, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's fabulous. You know, here we're going to take a product that, in my opinion, like I mentioned, I still stick to it. It's a great product. But they want to improve on it. They want to make it even better. And I love that. So please be on the lookout for that. Take a look at their website. I'll obviously, if I see something, you know, I'll be able to, you know, put it out there as well on on one of my future videos. But I can't wait. You know, I'm all for that. You know, I think it's going to just elevate the product that much more. So definitely really excited to hear about that. And thank you, Lee, the owner of the company, as well as his guys that work for him over there. And I think everyone's going to be definitely super stoked. Okay, so it's been about 2 or 3 days since my height cut reset. So not too much different. You know, weather's cooled down a little bit here in Southern California, which I think has definitely helped. Helped from the standpoint that the Bermuda hasn't just continued to grow. I needed it to slow down. I needed some natural PGR, right? So, but now that the weather has softened a little bit, and when I say softened, I mean like still like 90s or high 80s even at the very coolest, I would say. I want to give it a little bit of a push here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down some fertilizer. I'm going to water it. But before I do that, it's time to get another mow in. All right, so let me show you what we're going to be mowing with today. It's the 25-inch Mclane commercial greens mower. Now, if you guys haven't seen this mower on my channel before, you should have. It's one of my first videos. So if you haven't seen it, please go back, take a look at it. I think I've had a lot of great feedback on this mower. Definitely really enjoy using it. So what I'm going to do today, it's set to very close to 3/4 inch, which is where I want to have my height cut set. So the purpose of why I wanted to even do a mow today, it doesn't really need it. But what I'm a little bit unhappy about is a little bit of unevenness throughout the lawn. And that's not necessarily any fault of the cow trimmer, it's just how thick the Bermuda is and doing a height cut reset. You know, and my lawn's not perfectly level. No lawn is perfectly level, but you know, I have a lot of dips in areas of my lawn, and also by using that grass catcher, you know, it's going to weigh down certain parts of that reel depending on how full it gets. So today's cut is really just meant to kind of clean it up. You know, I could have done a double cut and I would have helped tremendously the other day, but I kind of figured, you know what, I already took enough grass off. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get our mow on. Oh man, I gotta tell you, that was not my best mow. Not too proud of that one. Not Dwayne's World's best work by far. So, you know, if you look, stripe action looks somewhat decent, but you have those mows where no matter how hard you try, you just cannot mow straight, where you keep going back over your same line and the color just looks nasty. But at the same time, this pass was really just about a cleanup. It wasn't necessarily about a lawn contest. No fault of the mower. Mower did great. Hats off to her. I put her through the paces today, not because there was a lot of mowing that needed to happen. Stripes. Stripes are horrible. Oh, I don't know. Let me turn the camera around, give you guys a better view. Got double stripes, single stripes, backward stripes, forward stripes, dirty stripes, cheater stripes. Every kind of stripe in the book is what you're looking at here today. I think I need to maybe rename this YouTube video, How Not to Stripe. You may be thinking, well, Dwayne, you have your own YouTube channel. You know, you got, you know, the whole world watching. Ladies and gents, I apologize. Not my best work, but it is what it is. It doesn't take away from the fact that it's always fun mowing. You know, I think when we get over here, you know, the angle of the sun is a little bit different. Mowing a little bit later today, which is probably why. You know, whenever I mow, generally I will mow with the dew on the lawn a lot of times. And the dew really helps you. To do or not to do. To do is what I always say. And the dew really kind of helps you get those lines and keep those lines straight. The 3/4 inch height though, I love it. I think that's where it's at for me. This mower is set almost, maybe a hair below it, but generally 3/4 inch is where this is at. And I can already tell, like, you know, even though it's scalped in a lot of areas, the color, I think, is gonna look phenomenal. You know what? Oh, it's embarrassing. Can't believe I'm putting this out there for everybody to see. But I'm a big believer in kind of learning from different things, and you know, practice makes perfect, right? I'm not an expert. I'm still working on my stripe action degree. Not quite there yet, obviously. Hopefully this is not the final exam, because I would have failed. So what's next is we're going to throw down some fertilizer, but I think I'm going to wait till the morning when it cools down a little bit more, and you know, throw some out for you guys, so you guys can see what I'm using. All right, so let me show you guys what we'll be using today. There it is. That's what I'm throwing down. Lebanon Turf fertilizer with Humic Max. Formulation is 1608, so 16% nitrogen. It's a fast release and slow release fertilizer. A portion of the nitrogen is fast release, so definitely should help out with some of the green up I'm trying to accomplish here. But it's not such a strong formulation, you know, kind of as I'm late here in the season, that I would have any concerns about throwing this amount of nitrogen at the lawn. I'll probably be applying it at about 3 pounds per thousand. I think that's probably a good rate. Let me show you guys what we're going to be using to throw down that fertilizer today. There she is. It's my Anderson's SR2000, I think is the model number. I picked this thing up used on Facebook Marketplace. You know, the retail on one of these is way beyond my budget, which I don't even know if they necessarily make this anymore. But at the same time, it is a awesome spreader. Definitely gets the job done. I love the fact that it has pneumatic tires. I think that was one of the biggest things I was looking for in any spreader. So there's quite a few out there you can buy with pneumatic tires. But just this thing rolls so nice and rolls so smooth. Also love the height of it. You know, the handlebars are at a much higher and elevated position. So again, for those of you that think you cannot find good things on the secondhand market, there you go. One thing for anybody that does have a spreader like this or similar to it that have pneumatic tires, first thing you want to do is make sure that your tires are properly inflated, meaning that they're balanced from one side to the other. So less so much about the PSI per tire, even though that is somewhat important. It's more about that they're balanced on each side. So if you're going to go with, like, you know, 16 pounds, you want to make sure it's 16 pounds on both sides. All right, and with that, let's throw it down. All right, let me show you my lawn real quick. So this is close to 7,000 square feet. So based on the calculation and being able to have enough fertilizer for 7,000 square feet, and again, I'm going for 3 pounds per thousand, I need 21 pounds of fertilizer. So how do I measure that out? I use a bucket. And with the bucket, I picked one of these up at Amazon, not the bucket, that is, Home Depot bucket, but I got a little scale, and it's a luggage scale. And the luggage scale basically works based on weight. Obviously, this is going to be measuring in pounds. And it gives you the ability to zero it out. So if I want to just zero out the bucket, I know my bucket weighs 1.8 pounds, so a lot of times I just throw it in there and measure it. But that's pretty much how I measure out how much fertilizer. So right now I've already kind of pre-filled the bucket. And if you look here, I got about 21.8. So based on my bucket weight, that's 21 pounds of fertilizer, which is perfect for what I need. I just want to kind of come in here. I apologize about the light, but I want to kind of just show you guys what the fertilizer looks like. So if you look here, the prill size, again, is very small. And why is that important again? Like, it's going to really allow for even distribution. If you look here, you can see there's those little blue prills. And the blue prills are actually going to be your slow release fertilizer that will stay in your lawn. So I love this stuff. Compliments to Ron Henry for really kind of introducing me to this product. But it's definitely going to work well. Have great success with it in the past. Nearly almost the perfect amount of fertilizer, I have to say. You guys may have noticed as I was coming around here on the trim pass, you know, why did I do that, or why didn't I start with that? You know, on this particular spreader, I love it, but one thing it's missing that I do not have that's an option with the Anderson spreader is an edge guard. So I got to really be careful. I get a lot of, you know, it's kind of hard to see because the particle size is so small, but I got a lot of particle overspray. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to blow this off, blow it back into the lawn. All right, so I know what you guys are thinking. Dwayne, you haven't talked to us about the backpack blower you use, or the blower in general. What's up with that? Well, you have to wait for a future video for me to talk about my battery-powered Ego products. Oh, you gotta love Mother Nature in California. This is about as much rain as we get through our sprinkler systems, that is. We definitely have to rely on irrigation. Mother Nature's not gonna help us get that fertilizer in the ground. Otherwise, I might be waiting for the next 4 months here to water in that fertilizer. But if you guys are curious, what I'm using here, these are rainbird sprinkler heads. All of the sprinkler heads I replaced with this style of rotary sprinkler. Why? Well, look at it. That's awesome. They're cool looking. Love watching those sprinklers. But there is a purpose behind them. They are water saving. Outside of just looking cool, you know, they're really easy to install. Like I mentioned, they easily adapt to your existing fan head sprays. Every one that you're looking at here is a 360 fixed sprinkler head. I use a variety of this style in conjunction with half sprays, quarter sprays, adjustable sprays to really get my whole lawn set up. I have 7 zones on my lawn. 1 zone specifically for my flower beds, but that's the 8th zone. I run these. You know, I actually did a measurement test on them to see how much water they're putting out, and I think if I remember correctly, like 5 minutes of runtime equaled about 1/4 of an inch, something like that. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was definitely a lot of fun putting it together, especially that mow job yesterday. Yes, I'm still ranting about it, but a lot of fun putting those clips together. Again, I'm not gonna try to beat around the bush. I'm not gonna try to do any TV magic. I want to be real. I want to show what it really looks like, right? And that's what it really looked like. You know, I wasn't happy with the stripes. We've all had those mows where like, looked better last time. But again, not the fault of the mower, not the fault of the grass, fault of this guy right here, Dwayne. That Lebanon Turf fertilizer, I love it. You know, I started using it last year, and it really carried over into this year. And that's why in kind of the off season last year, that product went on sale. And I bought up, you know, quite a few bags of it. Not a plug necessarily for Ron Henry or to, you know, a sponsored video by any means. But I really like the product that he features on his website. You know, I get my, you know, Primo Max, which is my PGR from there. You know, I bought my liquid fertilizers on there. Obviously, I bought my Lebanon Turf on there. So, you know, Ron's, you know, very fair about his prices and definitely great service is why I do business with him. And, you know, ultimately it's the result. And I'm really liking what I see there. So hopefully they get that product back. It's not that you can't find it. I'm sure if you look, you can find that from a different distributor. But the price of fertilizer has just skyrocketed, just like anything else this last year. And I think it's great that Ron has actually not wanted to pass that crazy expense on to everybody else, just to have that product there. He gives a lot of great other suggestions that you can use to fertilize your lawn and probably get just as nice of a result. So I think that says a lot about a company or about an individual when it's not always about the profits. You know, sometimes companies easily just, you know, pass along the cost, you know, to the consumer, which I get because you have to do that to stay in business. But at the same time, you know, you got to think about the customer and think about the people. And that's really important to me. So Ron, thank you for doing that. Hopefully the price comes down so we can get that product back in stock. There's a lot of other great fertilizers out there. I love Anderson's products. I love, you know, Yard Mastery products. So you don't have to just stick with what's in your big box store, right? There's a big world of fertilizers out there. Not that the big box stuff has any problem. You have great results. I've used them. You know, I just really like the higher end fertilizers, and I don't think they really cost that much more. And for what you get out of it, I think your lawn will be obviously much healthier and happier as well. So thank you guys for stopping in and watching today. As always, be excellent and party on.